nature of hosting a New Year's Eve party, why not have a couple signature drinks at your party? Karen with Imbibe Magazine has a couple tasty recipes that we can all make that are easy enough for us to make.
Absolutely. So that's sort of the key. When you're having a holiday party, you don't want anything that's too complicated. You know, you want to be able to talk to your guests, be freed up to have fun yourself. So one of the drinks that I like to make around the holidays that's sort of like the quintessential New Year's cocktail is a mimosa. And what we're going to do is start out with 2 ounces of the blood orange juice.
Something that you've squeezed.
Yep, this is fresh squeezed.
Oh, that is
Isn't that pretty? And then we've got a little bit of Cointreau, which is an orange liqueur. And this just, you know, gives it a little bit of sweetness. It has that orange flavor too, so it, you know, gels really well with everything. The final touch, of course, is our sparkling wine.
And you just splash that on top so you get the bubbly?
Right, exactly. If you want, you can give that a stir. You can put a little garnish on it, a little orange twist, or you can just serve it in a pretty champagne glass like this and take a sip.
Voila, your signature cocktail. This second cocktail is not something you can necessarily make before the event, but something you would make the day of the event.
The great thing about this cocktail, it's called a spiced pear daiquiri, is that, you know, it's a little more complicated than, say, the mimosa, but there are a lot of things you can do ahead of time. You can juice your lemons, you can make your spice syrup, which this has a great spice syrup. You can make that ahead of time. You can skip a pear puree, you know, homemade pear puree, and just buy a nice high-quality pear puree. So yeah, there are a lot of things you can do ahead of time to simplify it and make your life easier.
So how do we make this drink?
Okay, so we're going to start with our rum, and we're going to do 1.5 ounces. To this, we are going to add a spiced syrup. This is just really simple. It is sugar and water and a bunch of Christmassy spices. So we've got allspice and clove and cinnamon. We're gonna do 1/2 ounce of that. We are gonna add 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. This is fresh lemon juice. And then we've got our 1 ounce of pear juice. This was full of ice, our shaker, so we are already ready to go. Voila. And then we've got a couple of pears that we've sliced up here. You could put one of those on here for a nice, pretty garnish.
That's good.
Isn't that good?
Very refreshing.
Yeah, and it's a great holiday cocktail. Again, takes advantage of something that's in season, pears, isn't too complicated, and just something interesting and different for your guests.
And it's not a bad idea to have a mocktail at your party as well.
You never know why somebody might not be drinking. They may be the designated driver, they may be pregnant, whatever reason they're not drinking. You know, it's sort of a bummer if you show up and there's nothing exciting there for you but a you know, can of soda. So this is called the 5 Spice Fizz, and it combines that spice syrup that we used for the daiquiri. We've got some cranberry juice, we've got kumquats. We're gonna start by muddling our kumquat, and then we're using this dry soda, which is a really delicious kind of grown-up soda.
Shake it.
Shake it up. I like to double strain just to make sure we get all of that pulp out, any seeds that might, you know, make their way through. Top it with our dry soda. As good as any cocktail would be.
I know. See, now you're part of the party.
Exactly.
Well, here's to a happy and healthy 2010. Cheers.
Cheers.